If you've been trying to conceive and you've been told to eat less, move more, and push harder, this episode might challenge everything you've been hearing. Because hormones don't respond to punishment, they respond to nourishment, they respond to strength, they respond to safety. Lean in if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start supporting your body in a way that actually works. This is about moving away from depletion and towards building. Do you long to get pregnant and trust your body again? Do you feel exhausted by the month after month cycle of hope and disappointment? Do you carry that creeping sense of failure? The fear that your body just isn't working the way that it should? If so, I'm so glad that you're here, my friend. Hi, I'm Mariana, a wife, mom, and a fertility care practitioner. After years of confusion and heartache, I learned how to understand my cycle with clarity and move towards pregnancy naturally by following a real system instead of guessing. This is Fertile Window Lab. If you're ready for real clarity about your cycle, a simple method that works, and less pressure from predictions, alarms, and fertility gymnastics, sit down the sticks, pop in your earbuds, and let's make sense of your fertility together. Hi TTC Warrior, do you want to connect with other women who are serious about understanding their cycles and getting real clarity on ovulation? Join my free Facebook group, Trying to Conceive, Ovulation, and Cycle Clarity for Women. Inside, you'll discover how to pinpoint your fertile window, how to read your cycle with confidence, what could be affecting your fertility, and exactly what to do next. If you're ready to stop guessing and start understanding your body, check the link for the group in the notes. Join us. And if you want deeper guidance, become an insider. Get weekly emails packed with advanced fertility education, mindset coaching, practical next steps. You can start applying right away. Sign up via link in the notes. Can't wait to see you inside. If you're trying to conceive and you feel like you've been told to do more, restrict more, track more, or push harder, this episode is going to feel like a deep exhale. Today, we're talking about something that often gets overlooked in the fertility conversation: nourishment, strength, and stress. No biohacks, no extremes, but the foundations. Because the truth is, your hormones are not separate of how you eat, how you move, and how you live inside your body. And when we're trying to get pregnant, it can be tempting to either over-control everything or feel completely confused about what actually matters. And today we're simplifying it. I'm joined by Coryn and Crysanne, certified nutrition coaches and personal trainers with over 20 years of combined experience. They specialize in helping women take the less more approach to nutrition and fitness, focusing on protein and strength training that supports hormones instead of draining them. And what I love about their work is that it moves away from depletion and towards building. So Coryn and Crysanne, I'd love to start here.
Thank you so much for having us, Ariana.
I want to start with cutting calories and fasting. For women who are tired of being told to do more, restrict more, and push harder, how about you describe your less is more philosophy in one sentence?
Well, we're definitely long-winded, but to put it in one sentence for everyone to understand, less is more just means doing fewer things consistently instead of doing more things intensely. So we're picking a few habits and we're just focusing on those and really perfecting them and getting good. And I shouldn't say perfection, but really getting good at those. Then instead of just trying to do everything all at once and completely overhaul our life every single Monday. That's not what we're about. We're just focusing on what can we do right now that is realistic within our lifestyle right now, instead of looking at what Sally's doing on Instagram or what Mary's doing in this Facebook community. We really like to keep it to what is realistic for that person.
That wasn't one sentence, but that was good.
Yeah. And following up on that, what made you shift this approach instead of the typical fitness culture message?
Our own experience and working with hundreds of clients that had had the same experience that we did. Her and I come from two different backgrounds with this experience. I come from a very restrictive punishment place. And like I had a lot of health issues because of that restriction, constantly dieting, constantly trying to be skinny. And she came from a different place of she could do that, but then she would rebound and eat everything that she.
Yeah, we have two very different personality types, but we're very similar. And my personality type is like, what is the least I can do, but still look really small and still look skinny? But both of our main goals was, how can we be small? That was always like the forefront of everything. And even though we would say that we're doing this for our health, we were still worried about that number on the scale, and that really backfired for our health.
Right. And we didn't have, when we went through our training for certifications for health and fitness, there really wasn't a lot of talk about hormone health. And, it was pretty much treating our bodies like a calculator, less calories in, more calories burning out, and we can lower that number, we can lose the weight. So we were just treating ourselves like a robot, a machine. And we didn't realize all the other hormonal aspects that come with that. And when we did finally crash ourselves as far as our health and seeing this like not working for our clients, for the long haul, we could get them to lose weight, and I can get you to lose weight, Ariana. But what am I doing to your hormones, and what comes 2 months down the line from this? All of that backfires. And it's just, we learned hormone health is pretty much more important than the calories in, calories out model. And it's what matters.
My listeners are being told in the doctor's appointment, especially because they are getting their hormones checked out. And doctors are like, okay, if you want to get pregnant, you need to lose weight. But that's when the conversation ends. Does that mean they sign up for a CrossFit class? They starve themselves? They don't even know where to start. So if somebody's been told at the doctor office, if you want to get pregnant, the doctor knows that exercise is better for hormonal health, but they're lost in what's next. What will you say to them?
I would say, yes, the doctor is right. It is important for exercise, but I think the doctor needs to explain why. So hormones, and Coryn and I come from a place of, we prioritize protein. We think it is extremely important, and strength training, extremely important. And there's reasons for that compared to
the eat less, move more model.
Right. So when you're talking about hormones and for your audience, you're trying to get pregnant, the reason that we would say go for the protein. So hormones are created in our body. They're not just signals. This is something our body actually creates, and it creates it out and transports it all over our body. It creates it out of amino acids. And we promote protein, especially whole animal foods, because whole animal foods protein have a complete amino acid profile. Vegans, you can do this, but you're going to be missing a lot, and you're going to have to supplement a lot. So when you are feeding your body the right amount of protein, then your hormones are getting what it needs to form, to function, to move around your body. And then the strength training, when you have more muscle on your body, and we could get into the whole cortisol thing, and this is where it gets tripped up. The more muscle that you have on your body, the better hormone profile you have all around. But we can get into later, like the connection between having more muscle on your body and cortisol and all of that. But for the most part, the doctors are right. You do need to exercise more, but you need to do it in the right way for the right reasons. Not going for a CrossFit, especially when you're trying to get pregnant. And we can get into that with cortisol later.
Yeah. You can speak more of like what would something as extreme as CrossFit would do to them if they decide to go that route, because some of them are already in a CrossFit. It's very tempting. It feels good when they're doing it. They feel powerful. They have the community. I think it's very friendly to like build community and not feel lonely and get results quick. Why not go that extreme?
So we were both HIIT fitness instructors for a very long time. And we thought that was the healthiest, best thing that you could possibly do. And we would get our friends to do it, get our family members involved. And little did we know how much of a stress that was on the body. So if it's like HIIT, CrossFit, a lot of like long distance runners, there is so many pros and cons to a fitness class because, like you said, the community aspect, it's so nice to be around other women. It's so nice to connect with other women. But the actual workout in itself, this is where we go wrong. And this is what we didn't know for the longest time. Like we thought, go harder, the more days, the better, but it completely backfired on us. And it showed up differently for both of us in our health and with our clients' health. For me, it was just always thinking I had to do more in order to continue to see results, but my body just stopped. Like I could not see any more results. It completely plateaued. I started just feeling exhausted. It was like kind of that wired but tired feeling all the time. I was not understanding why I was actually gaining weight now due to I was like losing it in the beginning. And that's where they'll get you because yes, you will lose weight doing anything new to your body. It's novelty to the body. But whenever you are doing it for a long period of time, the body is so smart and it's going to catch on to what you're doing. So at that point, women think, this is just me plateauing. I need to go harder. So instead of going 1 or 2 times a week, which is okay, now we're going every single day. And now this is really going to be affecting our
cortisol is something that when you are trying to get pregnant, when you have excessive cortisol in your system all the time, cortisol, we need it. It is not, it does get demonized because we live in a chronic cortisol state all the time. And I don't think people realize just because they're not running from a saber-toothed tiger doesn't mean that your body isn't always having some type of stressor. We have women who have 3 kids working a full-time job. They have deadlines at work. They have the stress at home. There's so many things in our daily lives that are causing stressors. When you're in a state of stress, fight or flight, the last thing that your body is going to do is want to procreate. The last thing, you're running from a saber-toothed tiger, Ariana. Are you thinking of having sex? Absolutely not. Is your body rested and you can fall asleep? No, it's there to keep you alert and ready to go. So when this is happening, insulin plays a huge role in body fat, body composition, and how your body handles cortisol. So insulin, whenever you eat, whenever you're stressed, your body releases sugar into your blood, right? Sugar is not meant to stay in your blood.
And that is the piece most women never hear. We tend to think insulin spikes only happen from sugar or dessert, but stress alone can create that same internal cascade. And when your body is navigating stress, under-eating, overtraining, racing against the clock, medical appointments, emotional pressure, it does not prioritize reproduction. It prioritizes survival. So before we move into tactical steps, I want you to pause and really take this in. Your hormones are not separate from how you nourish yourself. They're not separate from how you move. They're not separate from how safe your body feels. In part 2, we're going to get very practical. We'll break down how much protein women trying to conceive should actually aim for, what strength training should look like in this season, how to recognize signs of overtraining, and how to build a body that supports fertility instead of draining it. This is about foundations, and we are continuing the conversation. I'll see you in part 2.
I'm my mama's little fertility helper. If this episode has helped you, or if you feel a little more hopeful, leave a review. She'll love it.
Hi, DTC Warrior. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, please leave a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts. It truly helps to get this show into ears of more women who need it. And be sure to sign up for my weekly encouragement, tips, and insights straight to your inbox. I promise to keep it practical, hopeful, and faith-friendly. All right, I'm off to tacos, chocolate, and turn my cycle. I'll meet you back here next week. Bye.